Morning show. Rise, guys.
Look at that. Look at that. We are live video streaming. Facebook.com/Rise Guys. I almost said a bad word for no reason at all. Facebook.com/Rise Guys. I almost said Billy Ripken's nickname just then.
Don't say that.
I couldn't imagine.
Fart face.
I don't know what that is.
Facebook.com/Rise Guys. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at the Rise Guys. We're going to find out who went undefeated. And I mean, hell, the big game. I mean, I ain't talking about Super Bowl, but the big game where the next president is going to be watching.
Yep.
Yeah, I said it.
Gonna be there hanging out. What about Nikki Haley?
Oh, Lord.
No. Don't make me do an impression of somebody getting electrocuted.
It's not the one I was thinking of. We say, yes, somebody went undefeated. Arizona and Utah. A couple of us didn't pick this one right at all.
Completely missed terribly badly.
I've never seen Arizona score this many points, even with old Rich Rod back coaching in the day. 42-18, they beat up on the Utes.
Vegas knew something about Arizona.
All the Utes. Arizona was favored by one they covered. The only two people that picked Arizona were Matt Mann and Page. So it shows you right there. It's one of them.
Yeah.
It goes to show you that knowledge of football doesn't matter when it comes to picking.
The wheels just came off of Utah at some point.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. Cam Rising said he's coming back for another year. So
Is that not insider trading, but like for Vegas or whoever you want to claim, the bookies?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have to know something. Either that or there's situations where players are. Did all the players play up to par that day? I mean, could we say somebody laid down a little bit?
I would love to know how they handicap games.
The
I don't
most
know
famous
either.
cheater of all time hit over 400 in the World Series he threw.
Well, rest in peace, shoeless Joe Jackson.
He hit his ass off the whole time.
Yeah. And he was a member of the Better Business Bureau.
He
with
was.
his liquor store.
He
Oh,
was.
that's nice.
Mhm, he was.
He's a nice man. in
He
the
was.
community.
Yes.
Couldn't read.
His late wife, Kate Jackson, as well.
Yep.
Not of Scarecrow Mrs. King fame, but
Oh. Don't you want to Charlie's Angels?
Charlie's Angels.
she's on Scarecrow Mrs. King too,
Okay.
I think.
Maybe. I just know her from Charlie's Angels.
I'm gonna go to the internet and look.
Charlie Angels.
I'm sure you're right.
I mean, I wasn't doing it in a condescending way. I'm doing it on my own curiosity.
Uh,
Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Georgia at Tennessee. Georgia was favored by 10. Guess what? They won 38-10.
They did.
They covered.
Yeah.
Star on the bingo board because we all picked Georgia. Georgia and Alabama coming up in a couple weeks. SEC title. It's going to be big. one.
That's gonna be a good game. Maybe.
Maybe.
What do I know?
If anybody can give Georgia a good game, it might be a good game.
What's Kate Jackson?
Let's see.
I'm sorry, Kate Jackson.
You know, this was hard to do right here when it comes to this game. I wanted
It was.
Clemson to win, but I wasn't sure if they would cover.
This one you had a team on the way up and a team on the way down meeting in the middle.
Pretty much. North Carolina on a skid. Well, Clemson covered the 7.5. They won 31-20. The only person in the room that picked Clemson was Paige.
Mm.
We all went North Carolina.
Eventually we'll figure out who went undefeated.
You know what? Even that guy that called earlier's kids realized who went undefeated.
Yeah. They don't know
Remember
nothing
that?
else going on, but they know
They don't
this.
know anything else, but they realized that.
Oh, hell.
My God.
This one here, you could have put some money on and won.
Paige's real last name is Alan Root. Did you know that?
It is.
Paige Allen Root.
Washington
Hyphenated.
beat Oregon State 22-20. Now, Oregon State was favored for some reason by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
No respect for the Huskies. So they win. The only dummy in the room that went Beavs was me.
Oh, thank God.
Everybody else went Washington. Like old Penix probably going to win the Heisman.
Mm.
Yeah. Not that it matters anymore. Not that it's a big deal now, but he probably won the thing people used to care about. Right?
Yeah. It just reminded me of an X I did last night where I was like, when did we
Hell
quit
yeah.
calling them beavers?
Oh, yeah.
And people had their mind in the gutter. I was talking about woodchucks.
Mhm.
Oh. Different animal.
But then when they brought it up, I was like, yeah, when did that stop too?
Yeah. And then all them other ciders came out. Now you don't hear about it no more.
the site of where Trump's going to be this weekend was Kentucky and South Carolina. The Cox pulled it out 17-14. They were favored by 1. I don't know what's gotten into them the past few weeks.
They seem to play well in November, but September and October are problems.
It's so Jekyll and Hyde, man. They had Georgia beat for a half.
Oh.
Well, the only person who went Kentucky in the room was 9.
Yeah.
Everybody else goes Cox, and I hated doing it.
That's why I was so happy about that Oregon State pick Fat Boy made.
Yeah, it's kind of offsetting.
Don't want to be the only dummy.
We seem to have that. Like, we'll have an offsetting pick or two every week.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys and Panthers.
Because we start to think we're picking, what's the word?
Like hell?
No, but we're going against maybe who we normally pick in
Yeah.
Strategic.
That's the word.
Yeah.
God, you're like a thesaurus that was in school for 30 years.
Why do I feel like this is working out the way the last week did?
Might be.
I'm just glad Paige isn't losing.
Paige is world beater now. She's whooping all of us.
I know.
It is better.
Cowboys are favored by 10.5. They're getting these big spreads, and people are like, they might not cover them, but they're playing a lot of bad teams. They beat the Panthers 33-10, and the Panthers probably the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
People
No.
are already calling for Frank Reich's job.
Yeah, they suck bad.
It couldn't be that bad.
They
Pretty bad. Like when you looked at the game, you saw, and plus, like Big Brown went, and then our buddy Waka Flocka went,
Mhm.
Joshua Fortner. And when they took like pictures and stuff, like I saw just as many, maybe more Cowboys fans.
Oh,
there
yeah.
than I did Panthers fans.
Yeah, I saw a few snaps of the concourse that somebody posted. It was all Cowboys jerseys.
Of course,
out
all the
there.
white girls with their white boots were there too.
Of course. Those
Now-
are cute.
Now, did the Panthers pick the second or third best quarterback in this year's class? Because they didn't pick the first.
See, man, like this, that's what people are starting to say. Did they make the right pick? But look, I feel like you got to give Frank some time, right? I don't think
Yeah.
he's a bad coach, but Tepper seems to have a quick trigger finger when it comes to letting people go. If you fire him after this year, you should probably not own a team.
You said trigger and fire in the same sentence. Don't demonetize the podcast, please.
Mhm.
Come in here.
It's called Bang Bangs.
Boomsticks. We got one more Steelers.
Pocket Rocket.
Steelers and the Browns. The Browns favored by 1. I saw this stat. I think the last 3 or 4 weeks, the Browns have won their games in the last 10 seconds. They win this one 13-10. They cover. The only person that picked Steelers was Matt Man. Old black and gold over here.
I like the way he said my name just then.
Matt Man.
Matt Man.
Matt Man.
They little.
Fat boy.
He mumbled it. That's cool.
If you were the general manager, would you have picked Young or Stroud?
I would have picked Stroud because, I like the size.
Young or Richardson?
Young. Oh,
Well, you got to be a tall quarterback now. Used to, it wasn't a
Richardson.
thing.
yeah. I'd go
Young
with
or
size.
Levis?
Long and
Levis.
lanky.
Not movie too.
I know, man. You got to have. Bryce is good. He was good in college.
Yeah.
I prefer the size. He might end up being real good. Now, Kyler Murray runs around. He's shorter, but
Well,
they
It
get a lot
makes
of balls.
you
back.
wonder why they always called it an armchair quarterback. Why isn't it an armchair coach? Like it's the quarterback. The quarterback
Yeah.
is just doing what the coach told him to
that's
do,
true.
or even the offensive coordinator. You're an armchair offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Should be armchair coach.
Oh, that's right.
Because I'm yelling last night at Scantlin, how you ain't going to catch the touchdown? You're going to beat the Eagles.
The Eagles.
Now, we know somebody's undefeated for the week.
Who? Who could it be?
Now, tied for last at 4-3. Nobody had a losing record this week.
Everybody had a winning record.
Nine's got one of those 4-3 records.
Mm-hmm.
I got the other one.
Yeah, huh?
Coming
I
in
told you it was working out like last week. I told you it was.
one game ahead at 5-2.
Paige, let's do it.
Freaking Matt, man, raising the roof. Undefeated for the week. Freaking Paige.
Look at her.
Look at
I
that.
don't know where she's at on the screen. Pointing at her. Point at yourself, Paige, so everyone knows.
Get that.
There
Like,
she is.
like, you
Look, man,
just
she's
heard,
above you. You go up, you point the page.
like you just heard yin yang in the beehive.
All right,
Twisting
the
her
other
up.
way. Oh, that way.
You're dancing like an old person. Shake it like a salt shaker.
It's the old people dance with the arms up.
You do the Trump dance.
This is the dance.
I'm going to be doing this weekend when Clemson wins because I'm orange and they're orange and I'm going to be a fan.
No, he's
Everybody's
he is
orange.
Not a fan of the orange.
He's not. Oh.
So somebody issues a gag order, says he can't talk about the game.
Well,
Not
he,
unless South Carolina wins.
he
Then
finds
will
out
get
they're both
punched.
public universities. He ain't coming.
Oh crap! I'm
Nah,
surprised he
I
didn't go to the Shants game.
Right. That's Santa Claus.
Come
North
on down.
Greenville, the
He'll be-
Tigers love you guys.
He'll be at Wofford where the money is.
Bob Jones doesn't have a football team.
I love his speech on
He
4th
says
of July.
F you.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be on the 4th of July than Pickens.
Okay. Yeah, right.
That's where he was.
Everybody in Pickens is like, really? We say the same thing about Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
Congratulations, Paige.
You did good.
That's real good.
congratulations to you too. As well.
Thanks. And
Sorry to the rest of the room.
I need Fat Boy to lose a punishment because I got something that I've already got. Nine is the one you know about.
Okay.
I mean, pardon. Let me know. Never mind.
What?
You have.
Oh, okay. It's that idea. Okay. Yeah, man. I hope he's one game worse than me after this week.
Because if you don't, like what he's secured will probably end up being a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Oh,
Poodles.
no. We got to pick tomorrow.
For who?
I don't know. I wasn't.
We
I mean,
gotta-
I'm just thinking like.
Yeah, I'm
you
trying to think anybody I know that would
Well,
work for it. I don't
yeah.
know nobody.
Yeah.
no. I can't lose.
not
that.
true.
You can.
We only got like 1 or 2 left because college is done here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You do bows or whatever, but man, I didn't care about the bowls really.
Kinda. Wherever he is on the screen.
I'm beside you.
So
That's it.
if you try to throw it, you can.
Oh, that will work. We're like the weather people on the green screen. Oh, look. All right. That's for entertainment purposes. The entertainment being when someone loses, there's a punishment, and that's not real gambling. But if you can gamble where you are, get your kids fed first.
Yes. And pay the rent.
Yeah, pay the Brent.
Or the
My
mortgage.
God.
Brent.
Pay Brent. Brent's gonna kick your ass if you don't pay
If you
him.
don't pay if you don't pay the Brent, pay the mortgage.
Brent.
Don't put Brent on such a pedestal that one would pray to him for God's sake. All right. We'll say goodbye to everyone on the live video stream. Thank you so much. Zenny, sorry your week was not so good with picks.
Aw.
Zenny always plays along perfectly.
does.
She's the best.
Then
All right, Coach, everybody. We're out. Paige,
Yes.
what's up in the play?
We got some drama coming up. You know, Brad and Angelina have gone through this divorce for years and they're trying to settle their children's thing and custody and all that.
Kids about grown now.
Well, one of the kids called Brad a world-class blank, and we'll get into that next. And
you ever
I
put
can't-
that
I
kid in
can't.
speech class.
Well, I mean, young kids have that, like, their tongue is still growing. So it's like,
well, I'm not swearing for the kid. We'll find out what he's all about next in your Ice Guys headline.
like I had a cousin who called his sister Lulu, but her name was Woo Woo.
Oh yeah.
And it just-
That's what
everybody
happens.
called her Woo Woo after that.
Woo-woo.
It was like 2 Ric Flairs.